is that we serve, that we look for a way to serve people. We look for a way to make their day better. We look for a way to add value to their life. You've been places before where you needed a service and that's all you got, a service, that's it. And you've been to places before when somebody gave you service and they made you glad that you actually got them. They made you happy that you were in their line. They made it worthwhile. What if God looks at our job, doesn't matter what the job is, and he says, yeah, you make widgets, I got it. You work on an assembly line, I got it. But a part of why I want you to be there is because I want you to look for a way to serve the guy next to you. I want you to look for a way to serve the guy that nobody sees. I want you to look for a way of serving. What if the way he looks at our job is that we're all in a service industry? And that the way that we do our jobs matters to God. And our job matters because it's a way that we are to serve other people. I think that's exactly what Jesus said when he said, whoever wants to become great among you must become your servant. And so one of the ways we do that is by serving. Some of us remember the day, younger people might not, but there was a day when you drove to a service station and you actually got full service. Some of you remember that? You drive up and they check the air in your tires, they checked your oil, they put your gas in, they cleaned your windshields. If you wanted a Coke, they'd bring you, you pay for it, bring you a Coke. I mean, it was a full service station. Now it's self-service. Do it yourself. You want a Coke, go in and buy it, and sometimes they look like you're interrupting them when you want to buy something. Imagine that we set out 200 people, that whatever job that you're in, you do your job, but then God has called you to that job because you're going to have an opportunity to add value to somebody's life, to serve somebody, to wash somebody's feet, to do something that somebody didn't expect. And maybe they'll ask you, why are you doing that? And therein is a great opportunity for you to tell them about the person who served you and changed your life. Well, that's one way to look. Here's another way. Not only do I think we want to look at our job as a way to serve, but I think we also want to look at our job, that you execute the job that you do the job you do with a sense of excellence. That you do it with a sense of excellence. There seems to be a motto today that says, do the least you can for the most you can. Well, what if, as believers, as followers of Jesus Christ, we just went back to what we used to call in the old days the Protestant work ethic, that says an honest day's work for an honest day's pay. That we work with a sense of excellence. We do the best we can. Here's what the Bible says. In Ecclesiastes, whatever your hands find to do, do it how? With all your might. Colossians, the Apostle Paul says, whatever you do, do with all your heart as working for who? Working for the Lord, not working for IBM, not working for a phone company, not working for a hospital. That whatever it is that you do it as though you were working for the Lord Himself. It honors God when we do our best. It makes it a better place to live when we do our best. I love the internet. There's all kinds of crazy things on the internet. And when I was preparing for this, I just thought, I wonder if there's a website called IHateMyJob.com. There's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of places where people who hate their jobs could go. And so I went to one of them, and there was a local company, and so I kind of looked at the local company. These are two responses from people that work at a local company. They work at the same job. They work in the same building. They work in the same people. This is the same job. Listen to one of them. They're in the service industry. One person writes, this is most definitely not the kind of company you want to work for if you're a college graduate. And then there's some expletives. The pay is great and hard to get away from, let me tell you. They give you just enough money to string you along. I can make more money and be treated better doing drugs on the street. I really got to hand it to them. They figured out exactly how bad you can treat employees and still get them to come back for more. In the area of respect, wow, it made me feel great to hear my regional president state 50 times during our sales meeting that we've got over 2,000 resumes every day to remind me how replaceable I am. If I can save one more person from wasting your 20s and 30s at this company and get them to focus on a job they can really make a career out of, then I will have served my purpose in life. When you deal with the public, it gives you a whole new outlook. That sweet old lady that you're standing behind at the grocery line may be throwing her phone at you tomorrow. That just happens to be the industry we're talking about, by the way. Now, here's a second person. Same job, same person, same company, exactly the same company. The pay's great. When you look at comparisons across the board in our area, there's a lot of communication in our office and reinforcement towards appropriate workplace behavior. I personally have been treated with respect and work hard to treat others the same way. The benefits here are awesome. I take advantage of most of them. They even have tuition reimbursement. The job security can be really good. You get back what you put in. There's even room for growth in this company. If you're willing to be mobile, no pun intended, the sky is the limit. The work environment's stressful. As a top company in the wireless industry, we have a lot of customers, and our companies work to be at the forefront of the industry. And that puts us up front, working hard to make a difference. Now, you've got to take your mobile phone in to one of these people to help you. Which one do you want to go to? I mean, they're doing the same job. They're the same job. There's a place where we need to do our job with a sense of excellence, whatever you find to do. Jesus said in Matthew 5:41, if somebody asks you to go 1 mile, why not go ahead and just say, you know what, I'll go the extra mile with you. When somebody asks you for something, what if you just gave them a little bit more? I love Saturn. I think Saturn's I don't work for them. I don't get any kind of kickback for this. I just like Saturn. And when they say, our goal is to promise you a little less and to deliver a little bit more. Now, I like it when that's actually true. But I do like the motto, the slogan I think is right. What if we tried to deliver a little bit more? Whatever it was that people expect of you in your job, what if the goal was to do it with excellence? To provide just a little bit more? Well, we do it with excellence. The third thing is this. I believe that you can carry out your job with a sense of integrity. Integrity is honesty. Integrity is who you are when there's nobody looking. The Bible says wealth obtained by fraud dwindles, but the one who gathers by labor increases. Cheating to get rich is a foolish dream and no less than a personal suicide. There is something about the Protestant work ethic that demands a sense of honesty. You work for someone, but the Bible says we work as though it were for God. It's a sad thing when somebody says, I prefer not to do business with Christians because you can't trust them. That just should never, ever be the case. They should always know that we'll do our best. We'll bend over backwards. We'll go the extra mile. We'll be people of integrity who work with excellence. And our goal is to serve. Because it's not like we're serving you, we're serving the Lord Himself. Well, there's a third thing. There's a third way I think God looks at our job. The first one is it's more than just paying bills. The second one is when God looks at you and your job, He sees a plan and a purpose for your life. And the purpose is to bless you, not to hurt you. Then the third thing is this. I think when God looks at your job, He sees it as a platform for you to serve Him. Now, today we've got some exciting things happening. This is the day the Lord has made, and we gather together for worship. Right after this, we have a blood drive. It's a good event. I want you to be a part of that. But then there's something else going on today. What is that? Yeah, there's Super Bowl. It doesn't matter who you're pulling for, but I saw one of the interviews where they were talking to the players. And they were asking the player about his faith. And he says, and so he was just testifying that he is a believer and that they have Bible studies. This particular believer had a Monday morning Bible study. They had a Thursday night Bible study, as well as the house of worship where he goes to regularly. Our wives have a Wednesday morning Bible study, and they reach out to the other wives. And then he said the magic words I thought were just right on target. He said, being on a Super Bowl team gives me a platform that I can share with people about the value of life and what life is all about. Now, another one of the Super Bowl players, a quarterback, said, my goal is to see if being in the Super Bowl can get me as many commercials as my brother. Now, okay, he was joking. He was kidding. He was joking. The truth is, it's a platform, whether it's for making commercials or making an impact. What if we understood that all of our jobs were platforms? When Fran and me and Tanya and Trey and Aaron and our team went to Sri Lanka, We couldn't go. They could actually use Fran. They could say, Fran comes over as an accountant.